Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we are back from a week off. We took a week off. We took a break. There was a little break.
There was a break.
Nothing big. Don't worry. We're still alive.
You were not happy about that.
You know, I just like consistency.
Family before podcast. That's all I got to say.
I respect that. I didn't give you too much trouble. Maybe a little bit of trouble.
A little bit of trouble. You sent me a GIF, an angry GIF.
I did. It's one of my favorite GIFs of
angry GIF.
I get agitated at someone. You know what it is because I use it with everyone. Anyway, so
these have been so boring. I had to resort to coffee to stay awake.
Oh, Lordy. Okay. So let's talk about stats from last time. So I think
everybody loves to hear stats.
Stats. We like to start off with stats. We do have 20 subscribers now.
No.
We hit your mark.
Who did you pay?
20.
Who did you pay?
20 subscribers.
Who did you pay?
Let's just say I took another mortgage out of my house.
Or did you just create another random YouTube account and subscribe?
No, I did not. So we got to 20, which was your, goal, your short-term goal. We're not stopping there, obviously. We took a little bit of a dip in views on that last video, a little bit.
So I'm looking now.
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead. Maybe you already have this.
Yeah, 61 views.
Yeah, the previous we had 152.
152.
You know why? Because you titled it, "We're Tired of Hearing About LeBron."
Probably. I mean, it's a catchy title.
And as it happens, breaking news tonight about LeBron. We don't care still.
We don't care.
We don't.
I would have cared if he went to Philadelphia because that would have been interesting.
We don't care.
But he went to the Lakers.
Who cares?
I don't.
Congrats, LeBron. You get to be third place in the East.
Yeah. There. Yay. He got paid.
He would have got paid anywhere.
154 million?
How long before him? But no, not before him, because he'll try to play it. He'll try to take the high road, but he'll have his people do stuff. I think that's what LeBron does. I think he has his people say what he really thinks, so he acts like he's taking the high road. How long before LeVar Ball says something in the media bad about LeBron? How many games into the season?
7.
Might be high. Might be high on that.
Okay. All right, so what are we doing today? I've got a story, as usual.
Yeah, so new segment we're introducing.
Joe's story.
They've been so good.
I've been getting texts.
So let's recap. Yep. You've been getting texts about your stories.
Tons of texts.
Tons. And the first one was the Colorado.
Dr. Cuddy did not say thank you when I opened the door for her.
I mean, that was the 61 view story. No, 70 view story.
Thank you.
Then we had, what else? What else did you tell a story about? I don't even remember. That's how non-entertaining it was.
Oh, Country Club.
Yes, the Country Club story. Anyways, so we thought, hey, Joe seems to really enjoy these. I said, let's do Joe's story of the week.
I got one.
Because I think the public wants to hear how Joe can come up with an even worse story than the one before.
So we got a story.
And typically, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with these. Most of these, I probably have heard before. And what's probably going to happen is Joe's going to tell you his version of the story, and then I'm going to tell you the correct version of the story. Because Joe likes to tell it in a way that doesn't make him look bad, but he leaves out details, and we'll be able to fact check those.
Okay,
go ahead. What story is this?
Hold on. So we're going to do the story.
Yeah.
We're going to do what we call a look back.
Looking back. That's a new segment. We're throwing segments. We're throwing stuff at the wall here.
Let us know. Comment.
But this one, let's tease it.
Yep.
Because in case someone's watching and they think, maybe I want to hold on for that. Because we have 2 viewers. Yeah. 2.
So we're doing a little new one called Look Back.
And this week, we're going to look back at dead wrestlers.
Dead wrestlers. Not like legit Greco-Roman wrestling. No. This is like WWF.
Yeah.
WCW.
Like wrestlers. This popped into my head because there was another one that died recently, and I started thinking, man, there's been a lot of, through my childhood in the 80s and 90s, a lot of wrestlers have passed away before the normal age.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But first of all, Joe's story. Oh, then we're going to do Tyler's rant.
No, well, before... Dude, let me be the one that does the show.
All right.
All right. What we're doing.
All right. Try to be a little exciting.
So, we're doing a look back. We're going to do a top 5 of our favorite bands / musical artists.
Yeah, I'm throwing you a curveball on that one too, but go ahead.
That's fine. I've got one curveball.
Curveball. No, I mean the whole. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, and then we'll end with Tyler's rant of the week.
I'm supporting the Blues today because they made a big trade. Go ahead.
All right. I don't care about the Blues.
I know, but I do. Blues.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So please subscribe, share, like.
Hey,
comment,
you should tweet about this.
Tweet.
Hashtag. We have 3 viewers. Well, hold on. Stay with us.
Yes, please. Okay. So share, comment, subscribe. Because it makes us feel good. Okay.
Yep.
We need something like that. Anyway. All right. So my story of the week.
Joe's story of the week. Which
we're
one?
Just we're just gonna call this. We're titling it "Taking Out the Trash."
Oh my gosh.
Okay, taking out the trash.
Oh my gosh.
People are like, taking out the trash. We do that all the time. No, you don't.
Did you pay your butler to take out your trash or something?
No, we didn't pay our butler.
Oh.
That's next week. Anyway, so this was. We were living in the apartment at this time, my wife and I. Probably 2011, I think. 2012, somewhere around there. So
I'm
probably 6 or 7 years
Stuff's
ago.
already coming to mind, but I'm holding off until the end because you tell your side and then I'll fill it in correctly.
Okay.
Because I know this story.
So,
I know it.
So typically, when we lived in an apartment, and Kirsten wanted me to take out the trash, she'd set it right by the door on my way out. Okay, and so the dumpster, because we had a shared dumpster at the apartment, was, I don't know, 100 yards away. Okay, so there was
100 yards football field. Is that what you're sticking with?
Shorter than the football field. Probably
Okay.
50 yards. We'll say 50 yards.
We've already cut it in half. Any more?
Yep, because I had to go around the next apartment building to get to the get to the dumpster and throw it in.
Okay.
Anyway, so I get up in the morning. I'm running late, as usual, to work, and there was a nice bag of trash sitting by the door. Okay, and so instead of me walking the 50 yards to the dumpster, I decided, you know what? Maybe I should just put it in the back of my truck. I had the GMC Envoy at the time.
You had an SUV. It wasn't a truck. It's not like it's in an open bed out in the air. You
Truck
had an SUV.
SUV. I had an SUV at the time.
A GMC Envoy in circa 2002.
2002.
Is that what year it was?
01. I think it was an 01.
Okay. Anyways.
I think. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'll just put it in the back of the SUV, and then on my way out, I'll take it out and dump it. I forgot.
You'll drive that 50 yards.
I'll drive on my way because it was on the way out. Is the dumpster? I forgot. I forgot to take it out of my car, and it was in July, so it was a hot, humid summer afternoon or summer day, and so I get to work. I don't remember if I realized that I had it when I got to work or when we went to lunch. 4 or 5 hours later, after it's been sitting in the heat in my truck. Needless to say, sometimes I drive to lunch with the guys, and that day we decided to take a different car because it was pretty smelly, really bad, to the point where I was gagging on the way home. Had to roll down all the windows, and I think it even smelled in the car probably another week after that. But forgot to take the trash out, and I got hell for it when I was at work from you guys.
Are you done?
I'm done.
You want the real story?
Give me the real story.
So we sat like right by each other at work when this happened,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And what really happened is, well, I'll tell you my perspective quickly, and then I will fill in the blanks because I know Joe well enough that it was pretty easy to fill in the blanks of what actually happened.
Go for it.
So he says that he makes a comment when he gets to work of, I can't drive to lunch or whatever it was. I forget how we found out, to be honest. I don't know if it was lunch, driving, or what, but somehow it came up that you had left trash in your vehicle, and I said, well, why? Well, I was in a hurry, I couldn't. Translation: he did not forget.
I forgot.
He was too lazy to stop and take the 30 seconds by the dumpster to throw it in. In his opinion, that 30 seconds, it was more critical to get to work. This wasn't a forgot.
I forgot.
No, bull crap. Bull crap. What time of the year was this?
It was in the summer.
Middle of summer. Hot. Very hot. So he gets to work, and sure, I gave him a hard time. I'm like, Joe, you need to go get this out of your vehicle right now.
You're telling me to
take it. There's
a
big dumpster at work. Go throw it in there. Nobody's going to care. Well, that would have been embarrassing. Wouldn't want to do that. So he decided to leave it cooking in the back of his vehicle all day long.
It was bad.
Now, you admit now that it was bad.
Oh, it was bad.
But it took years for him to admit because, the next day, nope, didn't stink at all. Didn't stink.
Listen, it takes me a long time. I'm pretty stubborn. I'll admit it. I'm stubborn. To admit that,
You did not forget.
I was wrong. I think I forgot. I don't remember. You know me.
You did not forget. But anyways, who puts trash in the back of their vehicle and forgets?
This guy.
I don't think so.
All right, so that was Joe's weekly story.
Joe's story of the week.
Yeah, sorry, Joe's story of the week. So we're going to try another new segment, and please comment. I see that your brother was watching. I think he dropped off.
Well,
I completely understand. So we're going to try what's called a look back. And this time it is look back at wrestlers who have died.
The segment's called Looking Back.
Looking back.
You guys even know the segment names. And in this case, I'm doing this week's. So there was another wrestler that died. Look, child of the 80s.
Yes, same here.
Wrestling really popular in the 80s for me. Then there was a kind of an early 90s fizzle out. And then like in my high school years, late 90s, it was back again.
Yeah.
Popular. But there have been a crazy number of wrestlers who died at a young age. And I'm just going to throw some names out there.
Okay.
And I want you to just share your thoughts on some of these names.
I've got a few, but I'll let you go
first. Good, bad, or otherwise. So these are kind of in alphabetical order. Kind of. Probably by first name. Andre the Giant.
Oh, yeah.
Big guy, right? Died at 46.
Was in The Princess Bride, a great movie.
That's a terrible movie. That's a separate topic. Okay. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam, yep.
Bam Bam. The Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man.
I like the Big Boss Man. Right? Did you like him?
I don't really remember him. I know the name.
How do you not remember the Big Boss Man? He wore the cop outfit, the police outfit with and he had the
Yes, I know.
The Big Boss Man. Yes. Come on. We have, well, this one's not like young, but Bobby the Brain Heenan is dead. 73. Big Boss Man, 41.
That's crazy.
41. We've got, let's see, Owen Hart. We all know about the Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Right? Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
That's the crazy. You know what's interesting about Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
Is, and I didn't go into detail, but I just read one thing that it seems like some people believe there's a link between like when they examined his brain and like the NFL players CTE stuff going on because it was messed up. Owen Hart, that was a bad one. Not a bad one. Chris Benoit.
There's a lot more science that needs to be done on the CTE stuff, right, Tyler?
Yeah. Science. If you're talking about actual, real, like determining facts from looking,
it's the same
instead of theories. Look, there's a star. Anyways,
scientific method.
China.
Yeah, I saw that one.
China made a video.
What about Jim?
Did you watch China's video?
No, I did not. No.
Her wrestling video?
Her wrestling video, nope.
How about Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig?
Remind me who that was.
Mr. Perfect. He wore the jump strap uniform.
No, don't remember. What about
wait a minute.
Jimmy?
You have to remember Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. They're on the left.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't not remember Mr. Perfect. You got one? Go ahead.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Snuka's dead, yep.
Randy Savage.
Wait a minute. Mr. Perfect dead at 44. Macho Man. You're taking all the good ones. I was kind of building up to those. Yeah, Macho Man dead.
Yep.
And Miss Elizabeth.
Roddy Piper.
Who thought Miss Elizabeth was pretty? You didn't think Miss
I don't
Elizabeth.
remember.
What is wrong with you?
I
Did you
don't
not watch
remember.
it? This is another one of those. Eddie Guerrero. Remember Eddie Guerrero?
Yes.
38.
Yes.
38.
Vader.
That's the one I think that died recently, Big Van Vader. That's the one that tripped this whole thing. Remember Giant Gonzalez? I didn't remember him until I saw this picture in the middle there.
I don't remember.
Oh,
No.
44. 44 for Giant Gonzalez.
Matt, we got some comments coming in.
Where are you getting these comments from?
Top chat. It's right here.
What is top chat?
Matt Sparks is saying that he typed in liberals talking about life, and this came up. He's being facetious.
Liberals talking about life.
I don't think so.
Might not be this channel.
The Sheik.
Oh yeah,
the Sheik's dead. It's crazy. So I watched
this
wrestling.
This is not a small number, and we're like halfway through this, right? Doink the clown. Doink.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't remember anybody.
Don't remember. So I had a time in the 80s that I watched wrestling, but then back in probably when we were in junior high, early high school, a group of my friends watched it, and I partook as well. So
how about this? Mm-hmm. The British Bulldog. Davey Boy Smith.
Yep.
Dead.
That's crazy.
Yep. Paul Bearer. Remember him with The Undertaker? Dead at 58.
Insurreal says, after this, I'm going outside to watch paint dry. Listen, do you understand what our channel's called?
How about...
We're not entertaining.
How about... Listen, he's just jealous. How about Ravishing Rick Rude?
Don't remember him.
What is wrong with you? Okay, do you remember the tag team Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom?
Yes.
Hawk, dead.
Hawk dead.
46. We talked Rowdy... Did we do Rowdy Piper?
I mentioned that.
Rowdy Piper was a good one, man. Sherry Martel, 49, dead. I mean, this list goes on and on. So my favorite all-time wrestler.
Go for it.
Do you know who it is? He's dead. Troy, my brother probably remembers.
Yeah, let's see if Insurreal knows.
My favorite all-time wrestler.
I'm not sure who it would be. Honestly, don't know.
He's on here. Before I get to him, I'm going to mention one more. Dead at 34. You have to remember this one. Yokozuna.
Yeah, I know Yokozuna.
You know him?
No, I don't know him. I don't know.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
My favorite wrestler all time?
Oh, yes. The guy that goes...
We already mentioned him in one of the previous podcasts. Please don't beat your head on the microphone.
Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
54. Dead.
Your brother got it right.
Did he really?
Yep.
See?
He knows his other brother.
His favorite wrestler was The Rock. He's younger than me. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'll give you credit. That wasn't bad.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I once put my brother in a wrestling move and bloodied him up.
I don't believe that.
That happened.
Troy.
That happened.
I got your back.
That happened.
This did not.
He was
happen.
crying. I thought he was faking it, trying to get out of it. Turns out he was bleeding.
Troy, I'm defending you here. I know.
I think he'll admit that.
No. Okay. So
that was looking back. Hey, wrestlers.
Wrestling. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a wrestler.
The Rock. So The Rock's doing well.
Oh man, Rock's awesome.
My favorite of the newer genre was Stone Cold. Of the newer genre. Now it's just people.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name now that's popular? What's his name?
No idea.
I can't think of it. That's how unpopular. Maybe we just might be old.
We're just too old for that.
We might be old. But listen, quickly, while we're on the wrestling.
Yep.
Greatest wrestling match of all time. It's not even a question. It was, I believe, WrestleMania 6, Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior won the championship belt. Greatest wrestling match of all time.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing now? Top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5.
So you went first last time.
Okay.
I'll go first this time. So this is top 5 musical artists. Oh, John Cena.
That's the one.
John Cena. You don't see.
Where are you getting this?
Chat
on the YouTube.
There's live chat. Yeah.
John I can't see that. Is that because you're the owner? I can't.
I'll show you next time.
Oh wait, I see it over here.
Yeah, it's on the right.
Look at that.
Yeah. John Cena.
John Cena.
He's pretty funny.
Hey, too. Is that your sister?
That's my sister.
Man.
The whole family, I think, is watching.
Your sister's a big John Cena fan, I think.
I think maybe
big John Cena fan.
My nephews are. I don't know. Okay, so top 5 bands or musical artists. It's a
Wait a minute, I got to mention Luthez. Luthez, that's just a shout out. Our grandpa, when we were big into wrestling, he mentioned this old wrestler named Luthez that was like the best. So he'd always give us a hard time and say, "Well, Luthez would whoop him a new one." So, anyways,
nice. Okay, top five bands or musical artists.
Oh yeah.
These are obviously our opinions based on what we like.
I got to get this list ready. This list is coming in hot.
Which means he did not prepare
hot
at all.
No,
okay.
I did.
So number 5 for me is Breaking Benjamin. So this probably, if you would have asked me the same question, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they'd probably have been number 1. Okay? I love Breaking Benjamin. I don't like their newer albums. I don't think anybody can argue this. Maybe they could. I think Saturate's probably one of the best rock albums. I could listen to that front to back without skipping any songs and not get tired of it. I liked We Are Not Alone. It's pretty good. Phobia, it kind of lost me. And then after that, the half the band. Actually, everybody except Ben has been replaced. So, Breaking Benjamin, number 5 for me on my list. Go for it.
Before I get to number 5, I got a couple thoughts. I struggled with this category because there's a lot of different ways you can approach it, right? I grew up 80s, 90s, 2000s listening to music.
Approach it however you want.
Hey, can I have a thought?
Yes. I don't know how this is so hard. Pick your favorite bands.
I will explain.
Okay.
I chose to do this list as my favorite bands that I've actually listened to / bought albums, right?
Okay.
More recently. I'm not trying to say these bands are better than a Led Zeppelin or a whatever, right? Because to me, I have a lot of respect for the old rock bands and the test of time.
But are they your favorite?
Well, in some cases, so I'm giving a special shout out. Before I get to my top 5, I'm giving a special shout out. This is probably my all-time favorite band.
I think I already know who it is.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Who do you think it is?
It's a minor band.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
This is an older band. The Eagles.
Okay, so it's respectable.
I didn't put them in the top 5 because, like I said, they weren't when I was growing up, really.
So
But the thing is, here's why I want to call this out. They were big in the 70s, right? It was kind of their real big era.
Sure.
40 years later, their music's still popular. These other bands I'm going to mention, I don't know if their music's still going to be popular in 40 years. I don't know if my kids are going to like.
My
daughter,
what I mean? My daughter likes one of these.
Great. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want to try to. My point is, I have a hard time comparing modern bands to ones that everybody still gets playing all the time.
This is not hard.
All right, number 5. With that being said, number 5, Rise Against. This was tough. I went through a Rise Against phase. Don't exactly agree with their politics. Hint, hint. But really like their music. Just shows that we can cross the aisle.
Yep. I like Rise Against. Really liked them in college.
Yeah.
Still enjoy their music today.
Yep.
Not on my top 5.
Rise Against.
Okay, cool.
You better have that bird band in yours, Finch or whatever.
No, they're an honorable.
Try to get me to like this Finch.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. Terrible.
So this next one is going to be coming out of left field, I think, for you. In high school, I listened to a lot of hip hop. A lot of hip hop.
I knew there was something wrong with him.
Okay. So this is a.
Didn't you have some wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Didn't you have some kind of a car and you go to sound?
Yes. I had a car with subwoofers, and I go to sound competitions, and so.
What do you do at a sound competition?
You try to get the loudest.
Loudest. So it's decibels.
Decibels.
Doesn't matter about quality.
144 decibels, I think.
What kind of car was this?
Ford Tempo, 1992 Ford Tempo, red. It was awesome. Oh yeah. Dr. Dre. Chronic. Came out, I think, in 92. Great album. 2001.
I just pictured you as that guy from Office Space. listening to music in his car, rap music, and then as soon as somebody drives by, he turns it way down.
No.
That was you with your Ford Tempo, wasn't it?
I like Dr. Dre. There was probably others that I could have put there, like Eminem, Snoop Dogg.
You did.
But Dr. Dre, number 4.
Snoop
Dogg with his big green hat.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Number 4, Creed. Haters keep hating. Creed's a great band. Their Weathered album, awesome. Awesome album. Listened to this a lot going to college, driving, commuting for a couple years. Human Clay, good album. My Own Prison, good album. Weathered, awesome.
Listen.
And they kind of broke up or whatever sometime after that. Creed was awesome.
Scott Stapp, that's his...
Stapp, not Strap.
Stapp.
Good grief.
There's 1 or 2 songs I do like of Creed on Creed's albums. I just don't like... I don't like his demeanor, his attitude. He's like a prima donna.
Does he have demeanor and attitude when you're listening to his songs?
No, but it
okay, so then how does that matter?
Okay. I like their music.
Go listen
a couple songs.
Go listen to Finch and give us your number 3.
Okay, my number 3, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Thriller. How can you not like Thriller? The album Thriller. How can you not like Off the Wall, Bad History? You don't.
He was great with kids too.
Okay. Music.
No, I don't like his attitude. I don't like how he was with kids.
Okay.
So
music.
That's what I said, but that was your argument against Creed.
Go on. What's your number 3?
You just gave up on that because I had it 1. You won't even disagree with this. Linkin Park's awesome.
No disagreement here.
Linkin Park. Lead singer recently took himself out, but
that's sad.
Yeah. The first 2 albums were really. That's why I put Linkin Park on there. They tried some stuff that they kind of got weird, but Hybrid Theory and what was the
Meteora?
Meteora. Those 2 albums were excellent. Excellent. I remember Hybrid Theory specifically when I got it, and my 2 buddies. We went somewhere and I'm like, hey, you got to listen to this album. They're giving me crap. Oh, this is a terrible band. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Then guess what? They listened to it and they're like, okay, this is awesome. Yes, it is. Hybrid Theory was awesome.
Yeah, 100% agreed.
All right, what do you got?
My number 2?
What do you got?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I heard
Blood, Sugar, Sex Magic, Mother's Milk, By the Way, Californication. Love the band.
You just liked that one album cover, didn't you?
No.
I believe there were some socks involved. Tube socks.
I like their music. I saw them live once. It was an amazing concert. It was at Salesforce Dreamforce in 2012 in San Francisco. Great.
Wait. Salesforce Dreamforce played the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
Oh.
It was awesome.
Oh,
love their album. Love them live. Flea's awesome. Anthony Kiedis sounds awesome, even when he's like 50.
Flea,
yeah, bass guy.
When I think about it, there was that one album where Flea's like playing the bass, but it's the power lines, and he's like sitting up there. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2.
This is the one that I think maybe you were thinking of earlier, but this.
Trust Company. Yep.
Trust Company. I mean, they never got as big. I mean, they were popular. They had hit songs, but like Downfall I started listening to their albums. Actually, I first kind of got into their music from watching Halo montages. One of the ogres seemed to like them, and I listened. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. So then I listened to the album. Great album.
Matt Sparks in chat says, "Is that Doug Armstrong with all the blues gears on?"
Just made a trade, boys. You know what's funny is, quick aside in case there are any local people that are blues fans. Today was a big day of action for the Blues, and like they thought they were done, and all these people on Twitter are hating on Doug Armstrong, right? They're always terrible. And then he makes this big trade that they're all happy with late in the day. The funny thing is, I was looking through Twitter and I saw this meme that was the Dumb and Dumber just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. I thought that was hilarious. Anyways.
Nice.
Nice aside.
Yep. All right.
There's people in our chat are talking NBA. Hey, we don't like LeBron.
We don't care about LeBron. We're tired of hearing about
Tired
LeBron.
about it. Tired.
He's overrated. All right. My number one, by far.
Okay, wait. Prediction. We had a chatter predict Nickelback.
No. Not even top 5. Not honorable mention. No. But I do have honorable mentions. I'll go and mention after this because I think I had a really hard time narrowing it down to 5.
Oh, really?
But there was no competition for my number one. Linkin Park.
Oh, that's why you're all quiet.
Hybrid Theory, Meteora.
Yeah, they start minutes to midnight. They started.
Yeah,
they started trending. They start trending.
I listened to Linkin Park because Chester's voice when he screams, it is just awesome. It gets you all pumped up.
There's a neat video I saw on YouTube recently of them randomly performing in. I guess it was kind of random at least in Central Station in New York. People are just walking by.
So you mean the subway?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah. Who's your number one?
Linkin Park, I want to, before I reveal my number one, I have a theory about bands in general. The theory goes like this. There are 2 factors to why bands typically, not in all cases, typically get worse over time. You're going to hear it?
Sure.
Number 1, when bands first start out, they don't have any choice because they're not popular. They have to listen to what the record companies say, right? They have to listen to record companies, they have to listen to their producers, and they have to make the album that the record companies think is going to be successful. And they have to do that early in their career until they make enough money. Then typically what happens to the really popular ones, they make a bunch of money, and then they can kind of do whatever they want, and then they try things, and I think that's kind of what happened to Linkin Park, and they kind of fade off. Because usually it's not as good because people like them because of the early stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing is they just get older and more mellow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You know what I mean?
Because, Linkin Park from their hard stuff. And yes, your brother said he's starting a drinking game every time I say the word hard. Hard. Okay, what's your number one?
My number one is your number 5, Breaking Benjamin. I've listened to Breaking Benjamin more than any other band. I agree with you that they have fallen off.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one member of the original band left. It's him.
It's Ben.
He sued the other members at one point, but the first 2 albums are just excellent. Mm-hmm. They're just that good that you can listen to them over and over again.
How many times have you seen them live? I think
I've seen Breaking Benjamin twice live.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him 3 or 4 times.
Actually, I think those are the only concerts I've ever been to were Breaking Benjamin.
You and I were at the same Breaking Benjamin concert at the Warehouse in Springfield.
That was the Breaking Benjamin was good, but the concert, that venue, I can't look.
You had to stand the whole time.
I don't like standing that long.
You had to stand the whole time.
What was the band that played the
Theory of a Dead Man.
I like them.
Theory of a Dead Man.
I like Theory of a Dead Man.
Yeah. They were good. They were good.
They were pretty good.
All right, so honorable mentions. Mine. 1.
My brother said also didn't help Linkin Park that their lead singer is dead. That's a reason bands get worse too. Yeah, I guess it is.
So I'm actually going to get to see this performer live in 2 weeks.
Katy Perry?
Bruno Mars.
Oh, good.
Love Bruno Mars. AC/DC. Love AC/DC.
Bon Scott or Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson.
Really?
I know.
You know what happened to Bon Scott?
Was he suicide or did he die of an overdose?
He died. Overdose. I guess you could say he was messed up and
he threw up.
He choked on his own vomit.
Yeah.
What?
Pearl Jam. Like Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder. If anybody can tell me what Eddie Vedder is singing in Yellow Ledbetter, I'll give you 50 cents. Without looking at the lyrics.
50
cents. Soundgarden.
Soundgarden? Really?
Rush.
I'll give you a Rush.
Nirvana.
Yeah. Kurt. There was this kid I went to middle school with, and he wore this Kurt Cobain T-shirt, and it was a picture of Kurt Cobain. It says, "Kurt D. Cobain. I don't know what his middle name is. But then this kid would always joke that it was Kurt Does Cocaine. Anyways.
That was funny.
When I think of, I just always think of that kid wearing that shirt. His name was Matt. Matt something. Anyways.
Metallica?
Yeah.
Love me some Metallica.
Yeah. I never listened to them much, but I have nothing against them.
And here's one you're going to give me hell about. I don't care. I like this guy. Michael Bublé. Love me some Michael Bublé.
I bet you do.
Did you have any honorable mentions that you're trying to decide about who's going to be in your top 5 besides that first one? What was it? The Eagles?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't have any.
So that was our top 5 bands / musical artists. If you guys want to hear about a different top 5 that we should be doing, comment in the comments below, and we'll do that.
We don't ever get very many comments.
We don't. People don't listen to us.
Well, you've got it to where you have to approve comments.
No, I don't. The first one I did.
Oh.
All the others, you can comment to your heart's desire.
Okay. That could be dangerous.
Yep.
All right.
Your brother says, breaking NBA news, Wizards on a short list for Nerlens Noel.
He went to Kentucky.
Nerlens.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right. Let's go. What is the rant of the week this week?
Rant of the week.
Can't wait. I can't wait for this.
I think you might agree with this one. We'll see where you come down on this. Rant of the week, very appropriate as we approach the 4th of July. Fireworks. I don't like fireworks.
What?
You like fireworks?
What?
Do you like fireworks? Why?
What happened to you when you were a kid? Did something like traumatic happen to you? Like you don't like fun things?
No, I was exposed to fireworks and could do basically whatever I wanted. And I guess because I wasn't limited like some kids, number one, they're just boring. They're boring. Oh, look, there's lights for 2 seconds. And guess what? As you get older and you have to pay for fireworks,
what?
They're so expensive. Why do you like paying for fireworks?
What are you talking
What is wrong with you?
Am I like dreaming right now? Am I like so out of it? I don't like fireworks. Who says that?
I just said it.
What? Oh, God.
You know what you ought to do? Take $100 and light it on fire. It'll last longer than the fireworks you were going to spend that money on if you just watch the flame. It'll last longer. What's wrong? You're hyperventilating over there.
It's fireworks. Did
say it.
Did your parents not like allow you to have sprinklers when you were a kid? Do you not take your kids to fireworks?
I did that, but you like fireworks?
I think they're enjoyable.
How about whenever it's 11 o'clock on the 4th of July and I'm trying to go to bed and outside of my subdivision I hear pop, pop, bam, poop, pop. Terrible. Stop.
Not terrible.
This one year, listen, I used to have this neighbor. I could tell. I got stories about this neighbor. Lived across the street from me, and I kind of got the impression he wasn't the most intelligent guy. I could be wrong on that. He's probably going to see this. It'd be great. He'll come after me. But listen, this was the year. Do you remember?
Next thing you're going to say, I don't like ice cream.
No. Do you remember about 5 years ago where we had basically a drought that year? It was roughly 5 years ago, I would say.
Sure.
And it was so bad that there were signs up around the community to say, like, don't, use too much water. Don't do fireworks in the, area because everything was so dry. He's out in the street at 11, like, lighting them up like crazy. I'm like, good grief, dude.
Do you take your kids to go? Are you going to take them to see fireworks?
I might because I'm not paying for that.
You're not gonna buy them any sprinklers when
maybe some snakes and sparklers.
What about the pop rocks? You know those ones that throw them on the ground and they pop.
Look, you have to understand.
Bottle rockets?
You have to understand.
Do you?
I'm an adult now, and I'm saying I don't really care for fireworks. That doesn't mean I'm not going to expose my kids to them and see if they like it. Maybe they'll. I was exposed to it, just don't care for it that much. Feel like it's a waste of money. It's just how I feel.
I'm living in bizarro world, people.
How much money do you spend on fireworks typically?
You'd have to ask my wife that. If we get fireworks, she probably gets some sprinklers. I don't know.
Do you go across the state lines to buy the good ones? Okay, so you're kind of right there with me.
But it's not that. There's a difference between I don't like buying fireworks and I don't like fireworks. It sounds like you don't like buying fireworks, which doesn't surprise me because you don't like spending money.
I don't think it's a big deal to watch fireworks either. Like, once you see them, they're pretty much the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's bright, quick flashes of light that have different colors. Once you've seen it, what do you need? Go to YouTube. Type in fireworks. You can probably watch them every night if you want.
I'm the type of person that thinks I don't think you can have fireworks be boring. They're fun. Watching your kids. Oh wow, that's awesome. That looks fun.
I thought you might be with me on this one, but you're not.
I am very far away from you on this one.
Fair enough.
You surprised me. You surprised me with some of your rants. This one I've never
I had a different one lined up, and then I just thought about this one recently, and I'm like, it's very appropriate since the 4th of July is this week. I'm like, I ought to do this one.
All right.
I got rants lined up for a week. I mean,
that's awesome because these rants people like. People missed your rant last week. I got several texts.
We had 4 people watching. Now we're down.
We had 5.
Well, we're down to 3 with the rant of fireworks.
No, I still see 4. Anyway, so next week we'll have a new top 5. We'll have a new Joe story. I do have another story.
By the way,
I don't know if you've heard this
just
one.
To be clear, that neighbor doesn't live there anymore. The one that did the fireworks in the subdivision. He also one time attached his car. I gotta say this. One time, I hear something going on outside, and across the street, my neighbor, there's a what do you call it? A pole light, right, in the corner of his yard. He was like trying to put on a hitch receiver, to be able to pull something on his car. And he must not have had something lined up because he hooked a strap. He backed up catty corner to this. I seen this. Backed up. He hooked like a strap or something to the pole and starts trying to pull the pole with his car. Who does that? Anyways.
I'm still amazed at your fireworks thing. But anyway, next week, new top 5. New Joe story. Leave comments around... what do you think about the looking back? Well, we may do another looking back. We may do something completely different.
What should we look back at next time?
Leave comments.
Should we do top 5 favorite presidents?
That could be a good debate.
I know who you like, Jefferson. Double the size of government.
Anyway, next week, tune in.
That was hard for you to resist, wasn't it, when I just said that?
Yeah.
That just
subscribe, share, comment on what you liked, what you didn't. Because not only does it make us feel nice and feel, like this matters, which it doesn't matter. We're just having fun.
We're just having fun.
This is fun.
Hey, I will say, I'm going to give a shout out. It looks like we had 3 people chatting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We enjoyed the chatting. Gives us something to read and make comments on.
Yes, it helps us, steer the conversation. So, all right. Well, appreciate you.
I'm reading comments and laughing. Sorry.
Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.